At this point, you probably heard about the dress that Dr. Carrie Bryant wore to the United Negro College Fund Gala. You also probably heard about the mess that Donnie McClurkin has got himself into. I'm going to talk about both things today. Because the irony of all of this is that the Black church has created both of these things. Only one of these things is garnering negative attention that it really shouldn't. Dr. Carrie Bryant wore what church people would consider a risque dress to the United Negro College Fund Gala. Every Black man with a microphone from radio to podcast had something to say. And of course, the Pygmishas were running rampant. On the other hand, Donnie McClurkin's former assistant has accused him of over 10 years of abuse, documenting several occasions of predatory behavior and coercion. Even providing a statement of guilt, allegedly that was from Donnie McClurkin, documenting his guilt and apologizing for his behavior. For as much as y'all don't like gay folk, the church queen's head isn't on the chopping block for his alleged actions. But the way Dr. Bryant has had no Christian grace from you all is disgusting. Because for somebody else to get up in the pulpit and call that lady a $2 whore is crazy. Because even street code says you don't do goofy shit like that. You don't talk about another man's wife. Especially when the action does not warrant the condemnation. Y'all are bugging. That lady was not at a church event. Also, many of y'all's reasoning is, well, she's in a certain position, so she must act a certain way. Now, this ain't news to me. It might be news to y'all, but that particular mindset is what has kept the Black church from progressing in the last 50 years. Furthermore, how I know y'all don't know that book well is because many of the scriptures that y'all are citing to make your point in this conversation are not what you think they are. Because y'all never give context to the specific scripture. Because contextually, many of the scriptures that you all are citing are describing the flaunting of wealth. Meanwhile, last year, y'all had pastors holding you against your will, putting you down in front of the entire congregation for not giving enough. And these are men that are constantly flaunting their wealth in front of y'all's face. Meanwhile, Donnie McClurkin preyed on his former assistant under the guise of using the Bible to help him get over his urge for liking men. If anyone should be getting sermons of condemnation, it should be that. Before y'all get in my comments, no, this is not a license for y'all to be homophobic. Because I know many of you church folk like to conflate being gay and being a predator, and those two things are not mutually exclusive. But a conversation that many of y'all are not ready to have is that how you have treated queer people in the Black church has resulted in the actions of Donnie McClurkin. Secrecy can create desperation, and desperation can cause violence. So here we are with y'all having nothing to say about the predatory behavior that happens in the Black church. Because I can assure you it's not just a gay thing. Yet y'all have all the smoking scriptures for a woman that just wore a dress and to a non-church event. Anyhow, that's all I got for y'all today. Remember to keep my comments because I read good books and bad people. I love you all so much and happy Sunday, Saints. Bye.